Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today on Solid Code Daily Challenge, problem number 1291, sequential digits. So we'll first check out the problem statement, then we'll look into the approach which we're going to use, and towards the end we'll see the code as well. So starting with the problem statement, it is given that an integer has sequential digits if and only if each digit in the number is one more than the previous digit. For example, we can have 1 2 3 2 3 4 2 3 4 5. So every next digit is one more than the previous digit. Okay. Return a sorted list of all integers in the range low to high inclusive that has sequential digits. Got it. So basically we'll have to figure out all the sequential number between this range, and we have to get the sorted list of that. Okay, for example, over here they have given that low is 100 and high is 300. So the sequential digit between these two ranges 1 2 3 and 2 3 4. Okay, so let's check out the approach which we can use to solve this problem, and I'll be using a queue to solve this one because it was, I believe it was more efficient to solve this way. So first what I'm gonna go through the problem once. So we'll do a dry run and then I'll explain all the steps one by one. Okay, so what I have done, I have defined a queue, okay, with the unit elements or the unit digits, which are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so these all are the unit digit integers, and our low is 10, high is 30. I have kept it small because I didn't want it to make it messy over here. So what we will do, we will pop the element from the queue. Okay, so if we pop, we get 1. Okay, so let's name it n. N is 1. Is it greater than high? High is 30. So no. What we'll do, we will continue the processing of it, but it doesn't lie in the range of low to high, right? So we will not add this. Okay, we will also maintain a resultant array. Okay, in which we will be sending the result out. And by the way, the sequential numbers between this range will be 1 2 and 2 3, of course. Okay, so currently n is 1, but it doesn't lie in the range. So what I will do, I have already popped this element. Okay, this is no more in the queue. But what I'll do, I will try to get the next sequential digit of n plus 1, like n, not n plus 1, but for example the length of this integer is 1, so I'll get the sequential digit with 2 length with the same base. So this is my base, length was 1, so I'll get sequential digit with length 2 and same base. So what it is 2, right? And how do you get it? So the basic formula to get this, or basic logic, is to get the one digit or the unit digit, okay, or the last integer from the array. For example, in 1 2 3, if you take uh, the value from the ones place and add 1 in it, you will get the answer. So to do that, I have figured out how to take 1. So it will be basically, let's name it ones place. Okay, and if you do n percentile 10, you will get the ones place value. Okay, so which will be, let me clear this. Okay, so this will be what, 1. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I will add, or yeah, so what I'll do, I'll multiply. So this was 1, n was 1, and ones place is also 1. So now in n, I will multiply 10 and add ones place plus 1. Ones place plus 1. So it will become what? 10 plus 2, which will end up in 12, which is correct, right? So how do we do that? For example, it's very basic mathematics. For example, what we have done over here, we wanted to get 1 2 3 4. So if you see, we have transferred all the digits by one place. So to do that, what we have done, we have multiplied 10 in the base value, which was 1 2 3, and added the 4 in it. Okay, so this is exactly what we are doing. And if you follow the steps, this is exactly the logic I have written over here. So what we are doing, we are taking elements from Q, okay, which was 1 now. If the element will be higher than the high value, or if it exceeds the range, we don't want to do anything and we'll continue with the next integer. If it is between the range, we will add that in the result. Okay. Now we will calculate the next sequence and we'll add back into the queue. So to do that, I picked the ones place value by using the same formula, n percentile 10. And if it is less than 9, of course, like 9 plus 1 will be 10, so it is not a unit value. 10 is not a unit digit value. Okay, so we don't consider this. So if ones place is less than 9, then we use the same formula to do so, and we will add this value back in the queue. So now my queue looks something like this. Okay, next I'll pick 2. Okay, let's do this again, and then I'll skip a few integers and we'll do we'll do for a few others. Next value is 2. N is 2. Is it greater than high? No, but it doesn't also lie within the range of low and high. So what we will do, we will find the next sequential value. Next sequential will be what? 2 into 10 plus 3, which will be 23. We will add this in the queue again. Okay. Now I know the answer of this already, so we won't we won't waste our time in processing all these values, but we will use the same logic to calculate the next sequence value with all the integers here. And once you reach here, it will be what? N will be 12, right? Is it greater than high? No, but it also lies within the range, so we will add that in the result. Okay, now we have added that back in the result. We want the next sequential value. What is it? It will be ones place will be 12 percentile 10, which will give you 2. Okay, so you'll get the base value or the ones place value. Now to get the next sequential value, what we will do, you will do 12 into 10 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, which will end up in 123. You will add that again in the queue, but in the next iteration, when you'll reach this value, it will be automatically neglected because it doesn't lie in the in our range. Similarly, for 23 as well, you will do the exact same thing, and this will also end up in the result. So if you see, we have got the result which we wanted, right? So this is the logic behind the problem. Let's check out the code as well. So if you see, like, we have literally transferred what we have explained in the explanation. So we have an empty result array and queue. Okay, and I have initialized the value in queue from 1 to 9. Okay, as discussed in the explanation as well. Now while we have elements in queue, we want to process this loop, in which what we are doing, we are taking the first value from the queue, we are checking if it is higher than high, or if it is out of bound for us or not. If it is, like, we won't want to proceed any further with that value, and we'll pick the next one. Next we'll have the check, where we are checking if the n lies within the range we are looking for or not. If yes, we are adding that in the result. Okay, after that, what we are doing, we are figuring out the next sequential value with the base of n. For example, we received 1 2, then we want 1 2 3, right? So this is the calculation for that. So for getting the ones place value, we used n percentile 10, okay, as we discussed in the explanation. And if ones is less than 9, because 9 plus 1 will be 10, and that's not a unit digit, right? If it is less than 9, what we are doing, we are doing n into 10. For example, we had n equals to 12, so 120 plus ones place was 2 plus 1 3, 120 plus 3 123. So this was the next sequential value with base 12, right? So we'll add that back in the queue, and at the end we are simply returning the results. So let's check out the test cases. Okay, so the test cases got clear. Let's submit for further evaluation. And as you can see, the solution got accepted. I would say, like, we have performed fairly well. So yeah, thanks a lot guys for watching other videos. Stay tuned for the upcoming ones. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.